In this video, we'll be breaking down all the river necessities. We'll be talking about the can ban, how to keep your things dry while tubing, what to bring, and what to wear.
Hi guys, my name is Whitney and I work with the Nation Stuff to Do in San Antonio, and I'm here today to help you get around the can ban in New Braunfels. So, you have a river trip coming up soon and you've heard about this can ban, but you're not really sure what all it entails. I'm here to help you. So the can ban is just kind of a general name that's been given to this, but it includes anything disposable. That means water bottles, Ziploc bags, snack containers, all of those things. You can also not have glass or styrofoam on any waterway in Texas, so that's something to remember. The tickets, if you're caught breaking the can ban, can be up to $500, and it's likely that you will be caught. The police are running up and down the river in boats. They're standing in the water as you're floating by, so you're likely to get caught. So just keep all of these things in mind. One of the rules on the river is cooler size and the amount of coolers you can have per person. You can have one cooler per person and it must be under 30 quarts with locking mechanisms. So that means zippers, latches, clamps, whatever. It has to be a locking, it has to lock. That way if you fall off your tube or your ice chest tips over and spills, it's not going to empty out into the river. The whole point behind the can ban is to keep our river clean and it's safe for the environment. I think it's just kind of a last ditch effort to keep everything nice for everybody. Another one of the rules for the can ban is you cannot have volume drinking devices, which is beer bongs. No beer bongs, no beer funnels. Those will be confiscated and you will also get a ticket. And a ticket is never a fun way to start or end a vacation. To start, these are some of my favorite things that I take with me when I go to the river. This guy, I typically fill with Gatorade, water, something like that, and I love it because I can just clip it straight to my tube with one of these guys. Super easy. These are also great. You can put water in here, soda. You can fit 2 cans of beer in here. I have 3 different colors. They're $1 at Walmart. And the reason I have 3 different colors is because if I want different beer or if I have multiple people with me, it's easier to tell them apart that way. Another fun thing that I have found is this guy. You can find it at Buc-ee's. It's like a little pump keg. You push this down, it pressurizes everything, and here's your little spouts poured in here. This is great when you have a bunch of people with you and you don't want to have to haul all of this. It can hold anything. So this is not only like a river friendly thing, you can take it hunting, put coffee, hot chocolate, stuff like that in there. Take it to the Little League game, put Gatorade in here. It has so many great uses, not just for the river, but it's a great way to get around that can ban. If you're gonna take one of these, you'll definitely wanna take one of these. I would recommend a lid with one of these sliding locks on there because once you get river water in your drink, it doesn't taste as good anymore. Another thing to think about is outside of the city limits of New Braunfels, you can have cans. Places like Don's Fish Camp, you can have cans and you can float the river just fine and not have to worry about any of this. You can also, depending on where you're gonna float out of, like at the float in, for example, you can have cans on their property, you can have disposable things on their property, but once you get in that river and start to float, you can no longer have those things. If you're going somewhere like the float in, just be sure to check their websites for prices and things. If you're gonna take your own cooler, it's a $20 corkage fee. But then you have all your drinks and everything's cold in there and you don't have to worry about any of this and you can just hang out on their property and have a great weekend. Snacks. You don't wanna bring them in a Ziploc container or Ziploc bag. You're not gonna wanna bring them in their original containers. You're gonna bring them in a Tupperware container. This will save you a lot of headache and make life so much easier when it comes to the can ban. Everything fits in these coolers really easily. I usually keep my dry box, my drinks, and snacks in there. So it works great. And with all of this being said, we want you to please, please, please drink responsibly. Don't drive drunk. Have a friend drive you that hasn't been drinking. Please keep in mind how much you've drank on the river and please be safe in the water.
All right, so just a couple more more things to consider if you are planning on a float trip. So first things first, we've already talked about your drinks and the snacks that you might want to bring along, so you will need something to put them in. A floating cooler is definitely the best way to go. I love mine, it just floats right along with me and it kind of serves as a little footrest, so that's nice. Attached to that, I do have my dry bag, so you can get some that attach to the coolers like this, and just keeps everything inside pretty dang dry. Or you can get like the little ones you wear around your neck or something, but you'll want something to keep all of your stuff dry just for those couple things that you don't want to leave behind, you don't want to leave in your car. If you want to bring a phone with you, it's definitely worth the investment to be safe. Aside from that, just a couple more things. For sure, sunscreen. You are going to be on the river for Lord knows how many hours. Whatever they tell you the float is, it always feels like it's a couple extra hours longer than that. But make sure you have plenty of sunscreen to bring with you. I have a spray for my body, a spray for my face, and I also make sure that every single time I bring a lip balm with SPF in it. If you have any kind of portable waterproof speakers, that is going to make your trip a lot nicer. Definitely not a need, but does make it a lot more enjoyable and you can listen to your music as you're floating around. I also recommend bringing some sort of rope, twine, something just to kind of tie your group together. Again, you don't need to, and there might even be some parts of the river where you want to kind of let go so you guys can float down your own way. But for the most part, it's nice to be able to stay with your group, especially if it's on a busier weekend. Definitely pack a towel. You can leave it in your car, but once you get off the river and you're ready to go home, it's nice to have something to dry off with or to keep your seats from getting wet. So you'll notice we haven't mentioned that you need to get a tube. I would say 100% call ahead to the place where you plan on floating first. Some of them are going to charge you the same rate whether you're bringing your own tube or you're using one of theirs. So if you're paying the same amount of money anyway, might as well eliminate that hassle and just take one of theirs. Also, if you can get one with a bottom, it's gonna save your butt, literally.
Any clothes that you are comfortable getting wet in will be perfect for tubing. I recommend a good bathing suit for the ladies and a good pair of trunks for the men. If you don't want to wear those two things, a good pair of shorts and a good old t-shirt will work just fine. You'll definitely be facing some crazy sun exposure when tubing, so a good hat will be perfect to protect your eyes and your skin from the sun. Just make sure to hold on to it when you go down those crazy chutes. Water-friendly shoes are definitely a must when going tubing. There's a lot of walking that you'll have to do in order to get to your destination, and then when you do exit, a good pair of shoes is also crucial. But while you're in your tube, there could be a bunch of slippery and pointy rocks that you'll definitely want to protect your feet from.